Welcome back to Brimhall Barbell Club. I have a really cool video today because it's home gym accessories that are affordable, and I got a bunch of them. So first off, with the advent of 3D printers, you got all these electrical engineers, mechanical engineers creating customized products for Rogue, Sorinex, Titan, all the different companies, Ghost. One of the guys that does that, his name is Gregory Eakins. He's with Aperture Engineering. He's got a really cool business card. By the way, I am not paid by any of these accessory people that create these accessories in this entire video. Not paid by any of them. Doing it for free. I just think it's really cool. But what this guy does is he creates super affordable things like this J-cup protector. This is for a Monster Light J-cup. If you have a Monster Light J-cup, you know there's going to be metal on metal. There's no UHMW plastic. So he creates this little sleeve that just screws under here, slides right on. It's super cheap too. He is not price gouging it on. I think it's like 20 bucks. Yeah, 20 bucks for this piece. And it also comes in a variety of different colors. So it's cool because I like red and black. As you can see, red and black. He also creates, if you look back here, there's a little red spacer. That little spacer is so that my weight plates, my metal weight plates, I have cap 25s, aren't hitting my metal rack. So he does little spacers. He also does a little landmine spacer, which I just ordered. I haven't got it back. And I got mine in red. Do you need a landmine spacer? Probably not, but it's going to add a little flair to my rack. He makes other spacers like this. I use this for a couple things. One, I use this for rack pulls when I'm inside my rack because it puts the weight a little bit further out to create a little more whip, but it also gives you a little more clearance so that your plates aren't hitting your rack. You can also do that when you're benching if you have a narrow rack and your plates are hitting. These little spacers are cool. He also has, grab my spotter arm. This is a Monster Light spotter arm. Again, there would be metal on metal, but he creates this little sleeve. It fits really nicely. It's really simple, but you just put it on, it snaps in, and there you go. There's no metal on metal. And it's not just for Rogue that he creates stuff. He has stuff for Sorinex, Titan, Strength Company, Ghost, Rep Fitness. I mentioned Rogue, for all sorts of stuff. I will put a link to his website in the description. You might want to check him out because it's super affordable stuff. There's another guy, Koala Barbell. This guy's name is Joel Eisenson. I just ordered this phone spotter. Do you need a phone spotter? Probably not, but it's cool because you can put it on there just like that and put your phone in there so you don't lose your phone. Also, it's customized. I have my little mountain, flexing mountain, Brimhall Barbell mountain. That's super cool. He also offers J-cup spotter or J-cup protectors and some other things that you can check out. So I'll also put a link to him in the description. If you know any other folks that sell cool 3D printed things, why don't you put it in the comment. Okay, another cool little product is UHMW plastic tape. So if you're like me and you have Monster Light, a lot of the attachments, for example, the spotter arms, the inside of the spotter arms, the inside of the J-hooks, they are not lined with UHMW plastic. If you don't want metal on metal, you can just put this UHMW plastic tape on the inside. I like it because it's thin, so it's not going to really impact how it fits to your rack. If it's a little bit too thick, it's going to make it too snug and things won't fit on your rack. Super cheap. I'll put a link in the description. You can get it on Amazon. You can get this all sorts of places, but check that out. Also, ooh, this one's a good one. Perch mount. I got this off Rogue. Rogue.com perch mount. So what this is, you put this little end goes on any barbell, right? And then this can swivel. This end goes to your phone. And now you have a little mount for your phone. You can video yourself if you like to do videos. It's also just a good spot to keep your phone if you want. For those that want to do some video, that want to have a little easy, cheap thing to do that with, check out Perch Mount. It's only 15 bucks on Rogue. Check that out. Oh, also, these expand shoelaces. I love these. Again, I'm not paid by any of these manufacturers to say I love their product. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart to you because I spend a ton of money on things, and a lot of times it's wasted money. So I'm cutting out the middleman and telling you those things that I actually like. This is one of them. This turns your shoes basically into slip-ons. You don't have to tie your shoes again. I'm going to show you. So a lot of you lift in chucks. I'm one of those. I bench in chucks. Sometimes I do squats in chucks. Sometimes I even do deadlifts in chucks. I like my chucks. As you notice with these chucks, you don't see the end of my shoelaces. It's because there aren't any. With these, you don't have an end of the shoelace. You just slip these bad boys on. Look at this. Ooh, it's on. It's off. It's on. These are really cool. I like them a lot. I was just introduced to them a little bit ago, and they are like my #1 shoelace now. Anyway, there's a link in the description there. Next, any home gym owner, garage gym owner worth his salt is going to have music. Here's what I use. This is a Bluetooth speaker. It's by Nyne, N-Y-N-E. I've had this for about 2 years. Works really, really well. Battery life is solid. You can actually Bluetooth link it to another speaker of the same kind if you get 2 of them. I don't really need that because my gym's not very big. But this thing is great. It's really inexpensive. It's under 50 bucks. And I've had it for over 2 years. It still works. Another one. Ooh, look at this big bad boy. This thing's massive. I want to compare it. I don't know if you can tell. This thing's huge. But this is by Outdoor Tech. This is Big Turtle Shell Ultra. Now this is normally like 200 bucks, a little bit under 200 bucks. But the reason I wanted to show this, if you're an REI member, for members, they put on these sales like 70% off, 80% off, 60% off of Bluetooth speakers that work super well in gyms all the time. I got this from REI, 75% off. I paid under 80 bucks for this, normally 200 bucks. It works really, really well. It's massive. It's not as good as like a Bose speaker, but it's also half the cost. And the really cool thing about this one is the thing's so massive, once you have it fully charged, which mind you, it does take quite a while to fully charge, it will stay charged for like 3 days, unplugged in. So that's really cool. It also has some out buttons that you can, if you want to charge your phone from the charge in this, it will do that. So that is awesome. Okay, next up, we have this awesome neck harness by Rim Sports. Rim Sports, built with a New York attitude, but made in China. But look at this thing. Then you put this thing on. I mean, look at that. I look like a warrior, like a Roman warrior with this thing on. You can do all sorts of stuff to strengthen your neck. Everybody knows chicks like guys with big necks. Check this thing out. It's only 20 bucks. They're almost giving this thing away. What else? Oh, Yes brand for all. Super cheap. What is this? This is under 20 bucks or around 20 bucks. This is a little eyelet, single eyelet for the landmine. So you can attach this through your barbell. When you have it in the landmine, you can hook it to a handle or hook it to really anything. You can do rows with it. You can also do like belt squat stuff with this from the landmine if you want, if you have a dip belt. And this is super cheap. This is under 20 bucks. So you got to check that out. What else? Oh, the shake strap. Mark Bell, line of slingshot stuff. This is for a cable attachment. It's double ply. It's for really anything that attachment that you would hook to a cable row or a cable machine. And it's going to extend the range of movement. And this double ply kind of gives you a little extra pump. I use this a lot. It's actually sold out right now, but I'll still link where you can get it, and it's sold out for a reason. It's really small, and it works really, really good to add a little bit of range of motion on any movement and give you that little extra pump. See that? So you should check that out. It's not very expensive. It is, I'm kind of going out of order here because I got so excited. Just grabbed it. It's like 25 bucks. Okay. Next, a chalk alternative that I use called Rep Wax. It's made for anything you grip. It's made to prevent rip, like on your hands. Provides extra grip strength. So with chalk, you put it right on your hands. This you put on the barbell or the pull-up bar or the dumbbell or anything you want, and it's just a wax. It doesn't mess up your bar. It comes off easily. It's really cool. It's a really cool chalk alternative, and it's not very expensive. 9 bucks for one of these little. Here's what it looks like. Kind of looks like what you would use to put on your snowboard or skis. But it makes for really grippy. If you decide to use chalk, the chalk box is awesome, or the chalk pot. I've had this. It's only 20 bucks. I actually put this on my barbecue outside because it's got a magnet, as you can see. Turned my barbecue on, melted the son of a gun. The magnet fell off. You can see here, took some damage. All I had to do was super glue the magnet back on. The thing withstood me barbecuing it. So it does work really well. It's great just to put on your rack, so you always have chalk available. I do recommend that. What else? Oh, another kind of chalk, liquid chalk. I do prefer regular chalk over liquid chalk, but the cool thing about liquid chalk is if you need to sneak it into a gym that doesn't allow chalk, say you're going to bench really heavy, that's a safety issue. Especially some of those gym bars, the knurling is horrible. So you sneak this liquid chalk in, you put it on your hands. Check that out. There's all sorts of brands. They're not expensive. This one's Vigilant for performance and athletics. But there's all sorts of ones. I do recommend checking that out, especially if your gym doesn't allow chalk and you want to sneak some in. Okay, what else? Simple. Jump rope. Got to get a jump rope. One of the cheapest, easiest ways to do some cardio, to add cardio to your workout. I like this Rogue jump rope because it's got spinning handles. The handles spin with you because it's got a little bearing in there. And the other thing is it allows you to cut to length. I know this video makes me look like I'm about 6'5", but I'm actually about 5'6", and that's with heels on. So most jump ropes I get, they're way too big. This one I was able to cut to length. It has these little bearings, and it does move with your hands. Super nice. With Rogue, I think it's 30 bucks, but the rotating hand on these makes it worthwhile. What else? Some mobility stuff. So this, you guys have seen these rollers. I use this a lot. This one's a trigger point roller. These aren't super cheap, the trigger point ones, because they have a hard plastic insert inside, but it will last for a long time. I use it a lot because when I bench heavy and when I press heavy, my scapula, especially on the right side of my body, it just kills and I have to roll it out. This works really, really well, but it's like 60 bucks, 65 bucks. I bought this one at Dick's Sports, but you can get them all over, or you can just get a cheap roller. But the cheaper ones don't have kind of that support with that hard plastic inside. If you're going to use one, or if you do use one weekly, which I do, I recommend getting something that's going to last a little longer and work a little better. The other thing is this Rogue Mobility. It actually attaches to your rack roller. So you can attach it to your rack. For me, again, it's my neck and my scapula. So I can roll back on this and really get that knot out. But you can do it anywhere. You can do it on your legs if you need to. Any part of your back. It goes up and down. Any part of your rack. This one is the 5/8 hole because it's made for Monster Light, but you can get Monster version ones with the 1-inch hole. They're not super expensive. They're made really, really well. They're Rogue, so you can see the welds are really clean. That's something that, especially with it being really small, I can take it off my rack and use it, is really, really cool. What else? Oh, we couldn't do this video without an arm blaster. Have you ever used an arm blaster? You put this bad boy on. Good way to do curls. I admit I don't use this a lot, but I do put it in my training like every third cycle because it does give you a variety of ways to work your biceps. They do work really well. It's not very big. I do recommend it if you're looking for a variety of ways to change up your bicep work. You don't have to get a Rogue one. They have all sorts of ones, and they're not very expensive. I'll put a link in there as well. Another thing that I bought, this Elite FTS, it's called a shoulder saver. It hooks right on your bar, but basically what this shoulder saver does is serve as a 2-board press. So you hook it to your barbell as you're coming down. It's basically like a 2-board press. I like the Elite FTS one. For one, I use 2-board press a lot in my training, so this works because I train alone. They also spend a lot of time on this cushion so that it's firm enough that it doesn't, it's firm enough that it still will come down on your chest and not squish, but also squishy enough that it doesn't hurt, and it also doesn't move around the bar. So they spent some time kind of dialing in the actual foam that's in here. I like it. You can get cheaper ones. You can get bench blocks you can move around and change for different board presses. But if you're getting serious about your bench press, doing a 2-board press or a 3-board press or a 1-board press, kind of built to where your stopping point is or where you're struggling, can really improve your bench. So I do recommend something like the shoulder saver from Elite FTS. I'll put the link in below. Man, we are just covering some equipment today. Okay, so let's finish the video off with some really affordable home gym accessories that are DIY, do it yourself. First, push-up handles. This was actually given to me by a buddy. He had an old swing set he was tearing down, so he got these handles. Just took an old piece of wood, gave them to me. I put some grip tape on the back. I painted them. Snapped the Brimhall barbell sticker on there. These things work great. So I put these in my training every couple weeks when I throw push-ups in. I don't always have them in because I mix it up. But super cheap, made with just things lying around. Easy. Make yourself some push-up handles. What else? Ooh, this bad boy. So this is a calf press board. It actually serves dual purposes. One is I set it down, I'll show video, and I do calf presses. A lot of times I use my safety squat bar to do calf raises because I'm just lying on my back, and then I can grab my rack with both hands. I'll show you some video. But using this works really, really good, and the burn is way better. The other thing I use this for is when I'm doing my low pulley rows. This is a place where I can put my feet on that's not the actual rack. So there was never a spot I could find when I'm sitting down and doing rows, a good place to put my feet on. Sometimes I'd use my roller that I showed you with that plastic insert, and that worked okay, but this works a lot better. You can make it for super cheap. I actually didn't make this. I have a friend of mine that does woodworking. I reached out to her and said, hey, can you make this for me? Based on a video I saw on YouTube. We're one big family. We share stuff. I'll post the video that we followed. I say we, she followed, because she's awesome. To make this for me, it's her company name is Blue House. I'll link that in the description as well. But she made this. I think I only paid like 40 bucks to have her build this for me. But you could build this yourself. Super easy. I just threw some paint on. Actually, she threw some paint on. Did my logo. It works really, really well. You could also spend a lot of money for a plyo box, but you could just make it. You know, you can buy plyo boxes that are 12 inches by 16 inches by 14 inches. I'm trying to look because the camera's actually on a plyo box from Titan that I purchased. But this is made to those exact specifications, which is wood that was laying around. The same awesome gal from Blue House that made my calf press board did wood burning. She does wood burning and did a wood burning on this of my logo. But super cheap. You know, they sell these plyo boxes online that are a lot of money when really you can make them for half the cost, even with the increase in the price of wood. So this is something that you should check out too. Anyway, that's all I got today. I have so many different things I've bought for my gym. A lot of them I never use. Some of them I think are great. And so I wanted to throw in some of the ones that I like or that I recommend today, just as a kind of a fun video. I hope you like it. If you have pieces of equipment that I should have added that I didn't, put that in the comments. Until next time, adios.